Trial of Donna Adelson, well, we don't know when that's going to happen anymore. It's been postponed due to a conflict of interest. Dan Rashbaum, the attorney having represented Charlie Adelson, her son, during the trial, withdrawing from the case. Charlie was obviously convicted. There's a possibility that he could testify in Donna's case, and that's where the conflict becomes problematic because Rashbaum would possess privileged information from his time representing Charlie, which could have compromised his ability to effectively defend Donna, basically, without breaching ethical boundaries. That came to light when Charlie revoked the waiver that would allow Rashbaum to represent both him and his mother, forcing that trial to be delayed. Joining me to discuss, Bob Motta, defense attorney. Is this just another tactic of the Adelsons?
No, I don't think so.
No?
I just wrote an episode about this. Well, I'm going to turn it around on you.
Okay.
Um, why do you think, what do you think the benefit for defendants or the defense when somebody's in custody is to delay? Like I always hear people like, oh, it's the defense delay. I'm like, what benefit do you think that the defense is gaining by delaying trial when their client is in custody?
It depends on the case. Like with Koberger, time and people not having it to be such an impact in their lives. In something like this, I don't know what the tactic or
But
the reason would
but
be
like
here.
in Koberger, how does that help the defense? Like you're thinking like people are gonna forget what they saw.
Well, it's
You know what I
not
mean?
it,
It's like
yeah.
it's always like a bullshit argument. Like
Okay.
people say that because prosecutors puke that shit out. But the reality is, if you critically think about it, there's no benefit when your client is in custody to delaying trial.
Okay. Okay.
What it really allows for the state to do is continue to investigate. Now, that is not the case in Adelson because this case is very old.
Sure.
Like Georgia Kappelman has everything she needs. She is genuinely ready to go to trial. In Koberger, if you don't think that the delay helps the state and law enforcement, who is still very much investigating that case,
Hmm.
you're dreaming because
True.
it's absolutely a benefit to the state, and it's always a benefit to the state. Like cases that I've handled, I tell people all the time, the law enforcement is investigating up until the day of trial. They are always trying to strengthen their case. There is no case where any prosecutor feels like, I've got everything I need. I don't want any more evidence.
I'm
I'm
good.
good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, no, I don't think it was. I think it was just absolute moronic behavior on the part of Rashbaum. There
Yeah.
is no way in hell he should like any part of him that thought that there wasn't going to potentially be a massive conflict
Hmm.
from the get.
Yeah.
You represented the woman's son
Hmm.
for the same act or actions, and you know for a fact that the state, as they have called everybody that they can from the Adelsons, especially your sister, there is no way they're not calling Charlie. Now, is Charlie going to take the fifth? Probably.
Hmm.
I would. He's trying to appeal. I don't know that he would, but it's just it's a massive conflict, and they have conflicting. Like the best thing for Donna's lawyer to do would be, yeah, it was my son. I didn't have shit to do with it. You got the guy.
Yeah.
Leave me the fuck out of it. Like, and when Roshbaum's on the team, that wasn't happening.
Hmm.
Because if you go back to the comments that the now lead counsel said yesterday, that was yesterday, right? Or was that the day before?
I don't
Tuesday.
remember anymore.
I can't remember either, dude. It's all a
Yeah.
blur. I think it was Tuesday.
Yeah.
He said, now that Danny's not there, something to this effect, I'm
Hmm.
paraphrasing.
Yeah.
Now that Danny's not there, well, now we can change our defense strategy. That tells you all you need to know.
True.
Like Dan wasn't going to be, Rashbaum was not going to be willing to throw Charlie under the bus, to sacrifice Charlie to save Donna.
Hmm.
And Donna might not be willing to do it either. But if I'm her attorney, I'm trying to convince her that is the move.
Yeah.
He's already done. He's convicted. He's not going to win an appeal.
Hmm.
He's fucked. Your son's life is over. So do you want for the principle of the thing? Do you want to join in on that and just serve the rest of your life in prison? Do you think that's really what Charlie wants you to do? Like Charlie did her a favor by refusing to waive privilege.
Hmm.
He was really forcing his mother's hand
Yeah.
because Charlie had to have talked to an attorney, and that attorney would have said, "Look, Chuck, here's the deal, man. Like, if you want to still try to take care of your mother is not helping herself. Your mother went and hired your lawyer, okay? That is going to be, for lack of a better term, cock blocking his other counsel, his trial partner from being able to employ the best defense for her,
Hmm.
which is to blame you, the guy who's sitting in prison, that you're the one who orchestrated it. You didn't have shit to do with it. You didn't pay for it. You didn't do, you know what I mean? So, like, when Charlie did that, it was really him looking out for his mother
Hmm.
by saying, "I refuse to waive the conflict," because that did not allow him to continue on with his mom,
Hmm.
you know? So, yeah, it's interesting, man. It's interesting. I thought it was crazy from the get, to be
Yeah.
honest. I
Still
said, like,
being very loyal to mom, but it's just
yeah,
interesting in
yeah, it is.
that whole family dynamic.
It
Uh,
really is.
Now we gotta it's gonna be sitting here for a little while. What are the next steps in this? I mean, this we're all ready to go forward and execute this trial. What do they do from here?
Uh, just set it for another date. They're going to
Okay,
be back in October. Uh, Now lead counsel is probably going to try to bring somebody else on. But
hmm,
you can't try a case like that alone. You got to have
sure,
another. You got to have a trial partner. So, and the judge will keep it on a tight leash. Like George is ready. I think that this guy could probably be ready. I mean, it could be a couple month delay,
hmm,
or it could be like late winter, like February.
hmm,
They're not going to schedule it during the holidays
hmm,
just because judges don't like doing that shit. They're not going to make it around. And I think they were talking about a 10-day trial, which would be about 2 weeks, 10 business days. So I don't anticipate maybe a late January, early February date
yeah,
would make sense to me. Because the judge is going to allow new counsel, new lead who has actually been a part of the team and should be pretty familiar with the case. But they might, like I'm saying, they might be coming up with a completely different defense strategy.
hmm,
Like if Rashbaum was going to do that same shit, the whole like defense that he did with Chuck,
hmm,
where it's like, oh, they were squeezing me. The two hitmen were squeezing me and extorting me, and that's why I had to pay them money. It wasn't because I was hiring them. They were going to pin it all on me. So you know what I mean?
yeah,
It's like that defense didn't work for Charlie. There's no way it's working for Donna. So like I have no idea what their theory of defense is going to be other than reasonable doubt.
yeah,
But now the option is open. But I mean, Donna could turn around and be like, I am going to fire your ass if you go after Charlie.
hmm,
I mean, she could mama bear it. It's an interesting thing. It's an interesting thing. It really
yeah,
is in terms of how that thing's going to play out because we just don't know. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I mean, Donna was very upset that Roshbaum was like bounced, that
yeah,
he withdrew.
yeah,
I mean, she was like weeping.
yeah,
She has a weird connection with the guy.
yeah.
I mean, frankly, he was her attorney before Charlie's.
Hmm.
So, mm,
Do you think we're going to see? Obviously, this is further down the road. If they haven't done it yet, I don't see why they would do it before Donna Adelson's trial. But Harvey, or even Wendy, facing charges at some point, or would they already have brought those charges by now?
no, I don't think so. I think that they're handling it the way that they want to handle it, which is one at a time.
Yeah.
They're big cases. They're complex cases. It's complex litigation, and I'm not surprised that they're knocking the dominoes down one by one.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, the big question is, do they have enough for Wendy?
Yeah.
Like I've got friends in the industry that are like adamant. They're like, they gotta get Wendy. It's like
Yeah.
we all know. Like, does anyone really believe that Wendy Adelson wasn't behind it? That they weren't doing her bidding? I mean,
Hmm.
like Donna cared that much with that. Because we're talking about a family of money. that could like fly the grandkids down, pretty frequently. They lived in the same state.
Hmm.
And it turns into like we're gonna kill Dan Markel because we're not winning a custody fight. Like, is that where the grandma is? Is she that nefarious? Is she really the puppet master? I don't know. I mean, everyone plays it out like she is. It just seems to me that Wendy is who benefited
Hmm.
the most. And anytime you have a situation like this, you have to look at who's benefiting the most.
Yeah.
That's going to be like Charlie getting involved with this shit was idiotic. Like,
Yeah.
like that is literally a mama's boy just doing his mom's bidding. If that's what went down here,
Sure.
because like I don't know how tight he was with Wendy. Like you're gonna go like hire hitmen to kill your sister's ex-husband? Like are you that dedicated as a brother?
Hmm.
I don't know. The whole case is insane. I mean, but look, what I hope is if Harvey and Wendy are involved, that they go down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's gotta like is knowledge enough from Harvey's perspective?
Hmm.
Like, is he just walking around like a clueless dipshit?
Hmm.
Like Donna's walking around scheming and he's like, "Boo, do, 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 do,"
Whatever, honey.
he's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I hear it happening.
Yeah.
But I just, but like, I can't control my wife. She's like, she's going to do what she's going to, you know what I mean? Is it that kind of shit going on? I don't
Yeah.
know.
I don't know. It certainly them not being behind bars gives them more time to incriminate themselves.
100%. And, every time Wendy's on the stand, it helps them.
Yeah.
She's just saying more things that conflict with other things. And
Yeah.
it's a constant conflict battle with herself on the stand in terms of they've got her so many transcripts under oath of her testifying with inconsistencies that
Yeah.
they love putting her up there. Georgia loves putting her up there, and I love watching that testimony because Georgia knows she's full of shit.
Hmm.
She's like, you're telling me it's like you get like it's almost like they're sitting across a table from one another and George is calling her out on her shit.
Hmm.
Like when you watch those cross examinations, it's like, but I just don't know if they have enough to get her.
Yeah.
It's one thing we can all think that somebody did it and all know that somebody did something, but it's a whole different beast if you don't have the evidence to convict them.
True. True.
So
We'll keep watching that. Hey, thanks for checking out the video. Be sure to follow us wherever you download podcasts, and especially Apple Podcasts, where you can get advanced episode and premium content on our premium channel right there. Also, be sure to follow us on social media so you don't miss any breaking updates on the stories that matter to you most. We're on TikTok, X, Instagram, Facebook. Just search Hidden Killers Podcast with Tony Brueski, and you'll find us right there. Again, thanks for watching.